You ready? My coach, Barbara H. Smith. Why did I hire her? Because she's the best.
Barbara H. Smith is a powerhouse. She just walks in the room and grabs your attention, and she does that in a way that just makes you feel loved and like she's paying attention to you. She cares about you, and she wants to see you be your best self.
She was able to dig inside and find the passion that was deep within me.
Barbara's energy is one of the reasons that I had to have her as my coach. I love the way she is real with people.
The reason I felt like I needed a coach was because I have some big goals and I needed to build my confidence. I knew that Barbara could help me do that.
I felt that I could trust her.
I would definitely recommend to get coaching from Barbara H. Smith if you feel like you need to level up your confidence. She would just help you feel like bold, like you can take on the world.
She has really shown me who I am. She has changed my mindset to a place that I know that I am more powerful today than I would have ever been if I had never met Barbara Smith.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Mind blown. So excited. I know you say that. I say that all the time. I am saying that all the time. Why do we do the Barbara H. Smith Show? We do it because we want to showcase small businesses, people who might not necessarily get an opportunity to show what they do, who they are, what they do, what they have, what they bring to the table. That's why we do this show. And I want to thank you so much for being here tonight. Tonight, I want to thank my team. I got a team, y'all. Carl, thank you. Shani, thank you. Ernest, Cherie, Tabitha, Stephen, Billy, all of you, thank you for what you do for the Barbara H. Smith trajectory. Helping me get travel ready now. I want to thank Seaham, Nikki, Star, and the staff at Nailed It. My nails are so cute. Getting ready to go out of the country. Getting my COVID test done. These are all small businesses that I'm shouting out. Cherie and the staff at Labs to Go. If you need a test of any kind where you need to get a phlebotomist to do your testing, my girl is the owner of Labs to Go. Cherie Owens in Virginia Beach. Again, you can check her out on the web, www.labstogo.com. My encouragement crew, always by my side. My mama and my husband, staying in the wings, making sure that everything goes the way it's supposed to. My encouragement crew, Dr. Kelly, Eric Kelly III, Dr. West, Dr. Ward, Dr. Watson, Ella House of All About Events, Michelle Pippin, and the women who, wow, keeping me looking the best I could possibly be. That would be Holly Bird Miller with Holly B Partners and Raleigh Desper of the photography. All those beautiful pictures you see out there of me, that's Raleigh. Thank you so much. Kimberly Brundage also helped me with those pictures. I want you to know that if you want to be a guest on the Barbara H. Smith Show, just email support@thebhsshow.com. That's support@thebhsshow.com. We'd love to have you here on the show. Stuff coming up. Let me tell you, the Black Business Expo is on the move. They are going to be here on the, let me look at the calendar so I can get it right, the 15th of November. That's next week. All week long, powerful, powerful speakers, business owners, and guests. Let me tell you, the mission is to create scholarships of up to $5,000 and give our students laptops so they can be ready to go to college. The Black Business Expo is the largest Black Business Expo showcase in the history of Black America and in the world. I want to know something. Are you Black business? I'm Black business. Do you support Black business? I support Black business because I am Black business. Join us for the Black Business Expo next week coming up. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Then the Black Mastermind Group is having graduation in December 17th. You better check it out. It's a 3-day event. They are teaching entrepreneurs How to Be Entrepreneurs. And they're having a graduation. If you don't have an EIN, a bank account, and a business name, you're either, let me quote Dr. Watson, a hookup, a hustle, or a hobby. Get out there to the Black Mastermind Group and find out how to do business by the numbers. Now, I think I've done all the announcements. Let me tell you about my first guest. Oh my God, are you ready for this? She helps strengthen professional women. Together, they help you with struggling and emotional dis-ease to move from complicated communication to self-connection. When you do that, you will maximize your unique personality and understand other people. This lady has over 25 years of counseling and serving as a licensed evangelist. You can join her each Sunday at 8:30 p.m. for the Exhale and Renew Masterclass. She has a smile that lights up the room. And you don't have to exhale when Eliza Dukes is in the room, because she will show you how it's done. Help me welcome the beautiful, amazing, always smiling, never letting you know that she's had a bad day, the lovely Eliza Dukes.
Wow, what can I do with that, Miss Barbara?
Look at that smile.
It is a pleasure and a joy to be here with you. I tell you, sharing space and time. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh, Eliza, when I first met you, you were smiling. We all know that we're not, those of us who are believers know that you are not supposed to look like what you've been through. Boo. So when you tell the stories of your life to me, I know that we've all had struggles, but I've never, ever seen you without a smile on your face. Tell me, how is that possible?
I'm going to tell you, I had some great parents, My mother was always comedic. My father was always serious. She always told me, Liza, you're so serious. But I'm going to tell you what I take from them. Literally, I've learned how to be crying and turn around laughing in the next moment, because you cannot take life too seriously. You've got to find that medium where you release and let stuff go and keep it moving. Because if not, it will create too many issues for you and for your life.
Oh, that is such good advice. Tell us how you got started with your business.
Well, it started from, my background is in counseling. I had gone through that whole career path and then had gone to school for law and decided,
Law? You never told me that?
Yeah, I had gone to school thinking I wanted to be an attorney.
I think you could have made a good go at that, though, but really.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When I recognized at the age of 8 that I had the ability to speak into people's lives, going down that pathway brought me to a place in 2012 where I had been working for a class action, the second class action, and the money was better than social services. Okay. So I was chasing money at this point in time. But I found myself getting laid off and falling apart. Literally on high blood pressure medication, saying to God, I really need some answers on how to find some natural remedies to how to get past this stress and anxiety coming out of a divorce. I really need to get my head together, because this is way beyond where I'm used to being. And when I began to do the research, what shows up? Breathing. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me, God. Breathing, you breathe the breath of life into us. And you mean to tell me if I take time to learn some breathing rhythms, I can lower my blood pressure, get some mental clarity, detox my lungs and my body, and bring myself into harmony and peace? You mean tell me, is that easy? Yes. Well, it seemed that easy until I started learning the breathing rhythms. It took me about 2 years to master the breathing rhythms, but it changed my whole life. It changed me, completely. It really has.
When you say breathing rhythms, help the audience understand, including me, what you mean when you say breathing rhythms.
Well, we automatically breathe. When you take and pause, and I'll tell you what my famous breath to teach is the O breath. It's a real simple breath that energizes you, and it brings you a clarity and an inner peace at the same time. You literally begin to inhale through your nose. You hold for a few moments so that the oxygen can get all in the lungs and the lower part of the lungs. And then you put your mouth in like a O and you exhale.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Everybody in the audience, you know I can't see you, so stop playing. I need you to breathe with Eliza. Come on, Eliza, teach us. Teach us how to do it.
So here we go. You're going to breathe in 1, 2, 3. Hold. Put your mouth in the O and simply release. And the blessing is in the release because we've built up so much. We take on so much all day long. And when you exhale, you should be exhaling as slow as you can because you're letting everything go in that exhale. Sometimes you got to get on your mind. I'm breathing in some peace. I'm letting go all the chaos. It's really that simple. But you have to practice.
Let's do it one more time.
Okay. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold. Put your mouth in the O and release. And this time I want to just do one more time. I want everybody to close their eyes. If you're not driving or walking or doing anything, if you are in a place that you're sedentary, take a moment and close your eyes and connect with your breath this time. So you can feel the different energy shifts. Because remember, God is in this breath. Okay. So here we go. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold. Put your mouth in the O and release as slowly as you can.
Girl, I needed that. Lord knows I did.
Awesome.
Oh, I don't know if y'all did it out there. I don't care if y'all did. I needed it right there. And I thank you, Eliza, for helping me breathe because I had some stuff going on around here today. Lord have mercy.
Yes.
So when you teach people breathing techniques, you teach them all at once or you teach one at a time, or what's your rhythm, what's your cadence?
It's one at a time, because when you begin to master one, sometimes you can get bored with a breath even though you're experiencing it. I teach a lot of nose breath because the nose breath is the healing breath. It warms the inside, it gets rid of the mucus and the tension in the body, because there's an exchange that happens when you do deep breathing. You breathe in the oxygen, you release the acidosis and the carbon dioxide. Think about how many times you go into a building and you don't know if they've cleaned out their systems properly, but you're breathing in all the air that everybody brought in. Because what? We don't open windows anymore in buildings.
Right.
The first thing you should be doing before you put a mask on is take a few deep breaths and get your body to fill up with the oxygen, the fresh oxygen. You put the mask on. When you come out from a building and you take the mask off, do a few more deep breaths. You will have no idea how much pressure and tension you relieve just making this a daily practice. Just this one step. It just does so many wonderful things for bringing clarity to the mind, because you need at least 20% more oxygen in your brain just to function at your optimum.
Okay, I need that statistic one more time, slower.
20% more oxygen needs to get here to raise your clarity and bring oxygen there so that you can actually function at a higher level. It gets rid of headaches. It's tension.
We think breathing. We think, you just breathe. You breathe anyway.
Yes.
But what I've learned, not just from you, but from things that I teach as well, is breathing. And it helps. But I didn't remember that right before this show when I was late with the wrong link and all kinds of crazy stuff was going on. but that breathing technique helped me actually release, relax, and relate to what you're talking about. What an amazing, amazing thing. So we got some people out here we want to shout out to. Corey Fox. Hey, Corey, let me go up to the top of the list. Thank you, Curtis Brooks, for being out here. Corey Fox. Mark, you gonna leave it up there so I can read it? What's going on? Corey Fox said, man, that's what I've been doing, breathing exercise. It's funny watching The Karate Kid. He's seen that movie so many times. This time he definitely did the wax on, wax off. Mr. Miyagi said, breathe in, breathe out, wax on. This is so funny. Now he gets to bed with his eyes closed. What a peace comes over him. Thank you so much for sharing that, Corey Fox. Show up for the breathing exercises. Jem Mayers. I'm a Black businesswoman in Trinidad and Tobago in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Hang out with us sometimes. We are here. Love your slogan, LOL. Not my slogan. I can't take credit. I'm no hustler, no hookup, but I do have a few hobbies. I love that. Thank you for being here with us. Welcome, Eliza. What great energy. This is great, great stuff. Charles Anthony Smith's out there. He says, wonderful. He's a publisher of Indie Incognito magazine. Wonderful. This resonates with our mantra, all things indie. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, folks, for being out there. Keep coming to the Barbara A. Smith Show. There's more to come. Eliza Dukes, she is a breathologist and a personality specialist. How do we reach you, Eliza?
Well, I suggest that you text me, because then I can send you some texts and keep you encouraged to do some deep breathing, some meditation, and some tension relief exercises, because that's what we need on a daily basis.
Absolutely. Tell us some more about you, Eliza. What you've got some new stuff happening in your life, some new stuff going on with your new business direction. Help us understand, what are you working? And by the way, girlfriend, the hair is popping. Let me just tell you.
Thank you kindly. I find that my clients are struggling with understanding the personality type.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up in church, everybody used to do a gift test. People knew their gifts. Okay. What I found, when you learn your gifts, sometimes your gifts are working backwards. They're working against you because you're not operating in the core strength of your gift.
Mm-hmm.
You're operating in the lack side. Like a prime example, the help gift. Most people that have the help gift, they help people so much, but they forget to help themselves. Simple, right? Mm-hmm. But you have to know that. You have to know what your gifts are to know how you're operating. You need to understand your personality style, so it gives you better communication at work, at home, within yourself. Because we don't take enough time for ourselves throughout the day.
That's
Everything
true.
is the microwave age. Everything is a rush. I mean, how many people you talk to that really do sit down and say, I'm going to take a deep breath and just pause for a moment and collect my thoughts, do some reflection? How many times can you say, you know what, that person always hits my triggers and I don't understand why they do? It's because, one, you allow them to. And number two, you have not gotten to a space where you have an understanding of why there is a conflict.
Wow. Yeah. Helpers need help too. Thank you. Janique, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Helpers need help too. Right now, I'm going to pause for a moment and bring up who is going to certainly become a co-host on the show. She's my assistant, the CIO of Barbara A. Smith. That's Chief Image Officer, Shawnee Smith. Come on up, Shawnee.
Hello, hello, hello.
You are an amazing force to be reckoned with. Shawnee Smith of Can Do Spice. I got my spices today. I put my barbecue BBQ bomb on my salmon. It was delicious. Thank you for saying
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
I'd like for you to talk a little bit about what you do, Shawnee, both for the BHS organization as well as for sure about Can Do Spice.
Well, thank you. Thank you. For Can Do Spice, I help cooks at any level create fabulous dishes with healing benefits. And with 30 years of experience, I'm going to help you make something wonderful. For the Barbara H. Smith Show, listen, I cannot thank you enough for all the help you've done for me as my mentor, as my coach. And I have nothing but great things to say about being a part of this fabulous team. And I want to thank Eliza for relaxing me as well, because I must have done maybe 10 O-breaths since we've been on.
Yeah, we all kind of needed them. So
Absolutely.
Eliza and Shawnee knew each other before I knew Eliza or Shawnee. You want to talk some about how you two know each other?
Eliza has been a great girlfriend of mine since 2008. Is that right, Eliza? 2008?
About that, yes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, so we've been on this journey and we are really looking forward to the ride. We have done several collaborations together in business and personal, of course. But she has taught me so many different breathing techniques that sometimes I catch myself not doing it. I'm like, oh, stop right there. Take a deep breath, pull it in. Because, you know, like you say, you think, I know how to breathe, but you really don't.
And life goes on. Life takes on.
Mm-hmm.
But the two of you are, I don't know, met me at the Black Business Expo. Are you going to be in the Black Business Expo this coming week, right?
Yes, Friday. Friday at 10 o'clock.
Oh, your day is Friday. Yes. Eliza, what's your day?
Same. We're doing it together.
Doing a fireside chat. Mm-hmm.
You're doing a fireside chat. So who is the host and who's doing the asking?
We're going to share it back and forth. We're really going to talk about healing both minds. She's going to talk about this mind. I'm going to talk about the gut. Because the two need to be aligned for success.
So tell the audience why they should come to the Black Business Expo next week.
Well, besides the fact that we are Black business, they must. It is a phenomenal week that showcases so many Black businesses. I think a lot of times people forget to reach out, but here it is showcase in every area, whether you need tax work, accounting, digital media, coaching, mentoring, communication, breathing, seasonings. We got it. We have it all covered. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. 24 hours for 7 days. Beautiful.
And what's the mission?
The mission is to put together scholarships for our children. And when I say our children, I mean Black children.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's such a huge mission. Eliza, you acted like you were nervous for the Black Business Expo the first time, but you did a phenomenal job. What do you think is going to be different this time when you're on the platform?
I had a lot going on back then. Normally I just flow because it's already in us. When we've done the work, the inner work, when you show up, even tonight, when I thought about the questions, I couldn't think of none of the questions I had put down there for you to ask me. But I realized that, I only ask myself questions that I know, you know what I mean? That I know would actually be a help to other people. So, I'm excited about the Black Business Expo because a lot of times we have questions. And when you get on there, there's so many answers to our questions. There's so many interactions and connections that we should have. And we're still too disconnected. It's another opportunity to really get connected to those all across the universe. There's no more excuses why you're not connected to other people. It is a phenomenal platform. And I want to be part of it every single time and continue to send those that I know haven't had an opportunity to speak the same platform, so still give donations because they need donations,
Yes, this is a fundraiser. This is a fundraiser. And it's a fundraiser to help our kids. Like we who are at this stage and place in life, we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to reach back. We have a responsibility to give a hand up, not a hand out, a hand up. You have to understand the difference. We are responsible. People came before us and helped us up. Absolutely. Now, I don't want to be the one to say this, but some of us have got up on our little high horses in our little mansions or our little 17,000 square feet, driving our Maseratis and our BMWs, and we've forgotten that somebody had to help us. And so I'm asking again for all of those children out there that want to go to college, they want to start a business, they want to get funds so that they can imagine their dreams come true. Help us at the Black Business Expo. Yes. Black Business Expo USA is happening next week. Jump on. Let the wealth of information, first of all, the fact that we all are working together. When the world would say we're not able to work together, it's a beautiful thing to see us come together in a platform and support each other and give information away. You've got to be there. If you miss this, You have missed one of the greatest showcases of talent in the world. All right, I'm off my soapbox about that. Next up, we're going to bring up one more guest. But before we do that, we're going to go to a brief commercial break. We're going to give a little bit more time to our next guest. We're going to let Shawnee, and we're going to take Shawnee, leave Shawnee on and take Eliza off. And when we come back from commercial break, we'll have a new guest. And then all of us will be back on the platform to just chop it up. It's ladies' night at the Barbara H. Smith Show. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Engage, inspire, empower. That's what I help you do as a celebrity, speaker, trainer, and coach. Hi, I'm Barbara H. Smith, known as the Masterful Presenter. I am the one that can help you dig deep inside your passions and deep inside your life to get you to the place you always dreamed.
I have the pleasure of hearing Miss Barbara Holmes Smith speak today, and just from her speaking to me today, I have realized that I need to have personalized my alter ego and be able to put myself out there a lot more.
I help through speaking techniques, teaching you how to use your words and your body language to inspire people to come up higher.
Today's presentation with Ms. Barbara was just outstanding. She has really helped me with her personality, with her being so genuine and passionate about what she believes in and helping to coach, train. Her sense of humor, her energy is just incredible.
How do I do that? By coaching and speaking and training. I help you with whatever it is that you want to do next. What is your next? Are you ready to take your life, your career to the next level? I can get you there. Contact me at www.barbarahsmith.com.
Well, about that. We are back. Thanks for being with me, Shawnee Smith, the CIO of Barbara H. Smith Organization. That's Chief Image Officer. For those of you who might think that's Chief Information Officer, she's the Chief Image Officer in charge of making sure the organization runs like a well-oiled machine. Thank you again, Shawnee, for being here. And now, are you ready for our next guest?
I am so ready.
Woo! Hailing from Harvard School of Business Online, she's worked as a pastoral assistant, making sure the pastor's scheduling calendar was all it was supposed to be checked into. An esthetician, let's get that right, making folks' skin look their best, to a marketing director of one of the largest recognizable brands on the planet. She brings home the bacon and fries it up in the pan. With her business and leadership consulting company, she does marketing, process improvement, and so much more. With this plethora of skills, she's got brains behind all that beauty. A force to be reckoned with, she is Lenora Janine Holiday of Lenora Janine Business and Leadership Consulting. Help me welcome her to the platform. Come on in, Lenora.
Hi, Barbara. Hey, girl. You know how to make a girl feel good.
Shawnee, I think you're going to put yours on mute for a second. See what happens, because you're reverbing for us. Lenora's reverbing. Go ahead and talk now, Lenora.
All right. I said, you know how to make a girl feel good.
Okay, let me try it one more. Let me mute mine.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
But it's still reverbing a little bit. I don't know what's going on with your sound. But I want to welcome you. Do you have more than one audio going on at the same time?
I don't.
Ooh, something's happening. Something weird is happening. Okay. Well, we're going to try to go forward anyway with the sound and see what happens. Are you hearing me echoing in the background?
No, you sound fine to me.
Okay. I don't know. Well, I want to know, how did you start your business?
Well, I started my business. First of all, I was in the beauty industry for over 10 years. I was an esthetician and I ran a spa. And I did that for over 10 years. And someone's saying go out.
Okay, so Curtis says go out and come back in. Shani and I are going to chat for a minute. You go out and come back in and see if that helps.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm excited to hear what she has to say. So
I know we had to wait. We had to bounce back on her, but we've got some stuff coming up. Shani, talk to the audience about what happens after the Barbara H. Smith show.
After this show at 9:15, there's a VIP mastermind session that you do not want to miss tonight. You do not want to miss this. I'm telling you. I have been addicted to this mastermind, and you don't want to miss it. Trust me. It changes your life.
So how do we get to it?
We have to get to it. I can send out we can put the link in the bottom. Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. So it's at bit.ly/capital VIP Victor India Papa, for those of you who speak in military terms. There's Mark's got it on the banner.
Okay.
VIP speakers PM at 9:15 sharp. Jump on the line. It's a Zoom session, and it is absolutely complimentary. We don't know how long for, but it's absolutely complimentary, and it's a lot of fun. I know it's late. I know it's late, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a safe space to level up your communication skills. If you've ever been afraid to stand up, if you've ever been afraid to stand out because you didn't know what to say, when to say it, how to say it, who to say it to, here is a place where you can learn so much information, so much patience for everybody in the group. And we've just been growing. Shani's one of the star pupils in the class. Ever since she started, and I don't even know when that was, she has not missed I'm telling you, hadn't missed a class.
Through anything. I was on class at the hospital. Okay.
Yeah.
Through anything.
Tell her about that. Was at the hospital with her mother on the chat line.
On the chat line.
I don't know. That's a good thing though, Shawnee. You're supposed to take care of your mama, not on.
No, we were at the hospital. That's what they do. No.
Well, Shawnee has been such an asset to the Barbara H. Smith organization. She literally does almost everything behind the scenes. And I'm getting ready to go on travel. And so I want to thank you publicly, Shawnee. If I haven't told you 1,000 times, I will tell you 1,000 more. You have been such a blessing to pick up the pieces, and eliminate those things that fall through the cracks with me, because I can't think of everything. And you'll come up with ways to do things that I was like, oh, I didn't think of that. And I appreciate you. I want you to know I really appreciate all you do for the organization, all you do for the team, how you keep us rolling, how you keep us moving. And she's got a full plate. Besides, she's taking care of elderly parents. She's got a child and a husband of her own, and she's got a full-time job, and she still works with the Barbara H. Smith LLC organization to keep us rolling and make sure everything is intact. I appreciate you more than you ever could know. So thank you again.
You're so welcome. We are Black excellence.
All right now.
Okay.
They thought they was going to move me off my square.
Not at all. I'm standing right here, solid. I'm going to do my O breath and keep it moving. Let's try to bring Lenora back.
Okay.
All right, let's try this again.
Perfect.
All right, you can hear me now?
Ain't no stopping us now. On the move. Oh, I'm sorry. This had a moment. I forget we're broadcasting to over 200 channels and I'm acting like a crazy woman. Okay, I'm so happy you're back, Lenora. I wanted to hear all this good stuff.
Yes.
And the daggone static in the line was making me crazy up in this.
Right.
But you are absolutely beautiful. And all that beauty don't go to waste because you got brains, girlfriend. Talk about your business to us. Tell us how you got started.
Well, like I was saying before, I was actually in the beauty industry for over 10 years.
Imagine that, as gorgeous as you are. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You know, in high school, I was just that go-to person where let me do your makeup, let me do your hair. And so it was like a natural progression to become an esthetician. And I ran a spa for about 10 years.
Where?
Yeah, in the Woodlands, Texas.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Woodlands? Where's that? What's that near?
It's kind of on the outskirts of Houston. That's how I describe it to people because we have so many little cities here. And yeah, so it's on the outskirts of Houston. I did that for about 10 years. And then I just started to feel a natural pull to start teaching what it was that I knew.
Okay.
I wanted to come from behind the chair, as they say, and just start helping others with what I knew because I had struggled so much to get to where I was. And I had learned so much.
Girl.
So much. But so I closed the spa down and still didn't really know what I was going to do. And in the early part of the pandemic, I started Lenora Janine Business and Leadership Consulting.
And how, you know, a lot of people had to pivot during the pandemic. How did that work for you, doing the pivot from esthetician to leadership and business coaching?
Well, it was different because I was so used to being in person with all of my clients because they had to come to the spa. So moving the business that was completely online, it's been an adjustment still. But you just did what you had to do. You know, we did what we had to do, learned along the way, made mistakes along the way, and here we are.
Well, did you find did you have any time in there where you moved from esthetician to consulting and you felt like you were lost or like you had failed or?
Absolutely. It wouldn't be a journey without all of that. But yes, absolutely. I did. I felt lost. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing at a lot of points. And even questioning, like, did I make the right move? Did I do the right thing? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? But one thing about me is I am very determined and I don't quit easily. So I was going to keep at it and make it work. And if it was going to fail, it wasn't going to be because I didn't try.
And that's the thing. I want people in the audience to understand that. Can you attest to that, Shawnee? When you go after something as a business owner, people are afraid to step out because they're afraid to fail.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not failure.
You actually find out that the comfort zone, the so-called comfort zone that you have, really isn't comfortable at all. It's just that it's what you know.
Right.
And when you're led to make that change, you have to believe with all your heart that there's a purpose behind it and everything will show up. So you take the first step with the faith that the next step will keep coming. You know, so like how they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You literally, when you take that step on faith, the other stairs show up.
I love what Martin Luther King Jr. says. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. We got some people out here. Thank you again, Curtis Brooks, for asking Lenora to jump out and jump back in. That fixed our little issue, and we are just having a great time. Hello, Betty Copeland, the minister, Betty Copeland. Love seeing you out there. Cherie Burrell from Burrell Worldwide, Beverly Hills. You didn't hear me give the shout out earlier. I gave you the shout out. You didn't check me out. I gave it to you. Talisha Volto, yes, it's familiar. Glenda Shepherd, thank you so much for being out there, Glenda. Good to hear from you as well. We're here talking to Shawnee Smith and Lenora Janae. And now we're going to bring back our other girlfriend. It's ladies' night on a Tuesday night. Bring back Eliza Dukes in the building. I feel like these are my girls. These are my peeps. They just, they are just phenoms in their own right, every single one of them. So I'm going to do a roundtable and ask this one question. What do you think was the most important thing that pushed you to become a business owner? Let's start with you, Eliza, since you just came back. The most important thing that pushed you to become a business owner?
I grew up in a family business. My father had a construction company for 40 years. I started doing contracts at the age of 10. Wow. So I always knew I would have a business. I've done at least 7 different businesses over the years. I was
7, me too.
I used to do jewelry. I grew up sewing. I used to make clothes. I mean, I have a number of things I've done, So I always knew that business was part of just my natural personality.
So you could go back 7 streams of income right there, baby. Did you hear it? 7 streams, she said. Okay, I was just getting a little excited. I'm sorry. Lenora, let's go to you. What made you, what was it that made you want to go into business for yourself?
I believe I was born with the desire to just be a business owner. It was just in me. I remember being a little girl and writing all the things I wanted to create, all the businesses I wanted to own. I would always write that in my journal. And so it was always there. But there's one very specific instance that pushed me over the edge that said, I'm going to do this. And it's when I was working for somebody and my son was sick. And I had to ask for permission.
Oh, girl, what it made you do it?
About my son, and they had to think about it. That
won't he make it real?
That particular instance was like, you know what? I'm gonna jump.
I'm done. I'm
done.
I
had no clients or anything, but I was like, I'm jumping. I'm gonna do it. Put in my 2 weeks notice, and
you're not about to make me think about taking off to take care of my child.
Yes.
That's not is that what we're doing? That's not what we're doing.
Yes.
That's not.
So, Shawnee, what was it that made you think you wanted to be a business owner?
I say for me, I'm naturally bossy. So, I enjoy being the boss. So it was just natural that if you want to be the boss, go ahead and take the steps to be the boss, So it was natural for me. I too have had many different businesses. I even had a food truck, So this is definitely something that is where I belong. And now I found out I actually belong behind the camera as well. So in front of the camera, rather.
All right. Now. In front and back, it don't make no difference, just as long as you got the camera there, right?
That's correct.
So for me, I'm a conglomeration of all of you. I watched my father be in business for 35 years, and he did something that was very interesting to me. He was a Black man in the 60s and plopped his business down in the liliest, whitest neighborhood he could find. And when people would come into the store, he was in air conditioning and refrigeration for cars. They would come in and they would say, "Boy, where the boss at?" And I witnessed, 8 years old, I witnessed him saying, "Boss not here, he left me in charge." And I went to go, "But daddy," and he went, that meant shut it. And I watched him do that for 10 to 15 years until his business was so successful and the boss was never there that they figured out that he was, in fact, the business owner. Mm-hmm. And I watched him work just unceasingly without being asked, without being told, and nobody could tell him what to do. And I've had a problem with people telling me what to do ever since. And so I'm really unemployable. I can't work for people. So That's my story. You ladies are phenomenal. We have out here Talisha Bolter, who said they had time to think about it. Oh no, leap. She said leap. Pure awesomeness before us. Congratulations and keep going. Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing 4 powerhouses. Oh, I'm including me in there. 3 powerhouses on the screen right now. And I want them to tell you each how to get in contact with them. Shawnee Smith, how do they reach you?
You can email me at info@kendospice.com. That's KENDO spice.com. You can also check me out on my website, which is kendospice.shop.
It's awesome. And she's got some great products out there. Lenora, how do we reach you?
You can give me a call at 281-210-9414, or you can email me at Lenora@LenoraJanineConsulting.com, and check out my website, www.LenoraJanineConsulting.com.
Eliza, how do we reach you?
You can go to elizadukes.com. And if you see Carter there, no, I'm just recently married, so it's still okay. I'm still Eliza Dukes. But you can also reach me at 302-300-1884. You can text me and join my class on Sunday nights at 8:30. It prepares you for the rest of the week and get your mind in a place where you want to overcome all these challenges we know come surprisingly and knowingly.
Get your mind right with Eliza Dukes. Get your mind right. Listen. All right. I want you to talk to the young people right now. I want you to talk to the young people. What would you say to them to encourage them if they're thinking about going into business and they don't know how? What would you say to a young person right now if they're thinking about going into business and they don't know how? Let's start with you, Lenora. What would you say to a young person?
Ooh, so much. But I think one of the first things I would actually say for them to always remember is that they're enough.
Ooh, say that again. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say to that young person to always remember that they are enough. It's something that you're going to have to continue to remember throughout your entire journey of entrepreneurship, and just remembering you're enough and not to compare yourself to anyone else, and that what you have been given is valuable and someone needs it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is such good advice. What would you say to a young person who wants to start out and doesn't know what to do, Shawnee?
I would say first, put your vision, make your vision plain and say, what is it? What is your why? And again, like Lenora is saying, that you are enough. You have to keep that in your head. Like no matter what hits you, and things are going to hit you, but you have to keep pushing to make it happen. You have to keep pushing. I'd say you want to get yourself a great coach like Barbara H. Smith.
I'll pay you later. I'll pay you later.
No, I'm serious.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
you don't even know what you don't know until you get on the VIP mastermind.
Yeah.
Honestly. So
reach out to some people that know some stuff. Yeah, that's great information. That's great advice. Yeah. Eliza, what would you say to a person who is a young person, is not sure what to do, but they know they want to go in business?
I have to piggyback on what Shawnee said about the vision. And Lenora, understanding that it's a journey, and that you're going to have to put your stakes in, because you're going to have the highs, you're going to have the lows, and you're going to have the lows. Then you have the highs before you get to the highs, and you have to appreciate the lows and the highs and get some accountability. Find yourself, find a mentor, and look at somebody who's doing exactly what you want to do and begin to follow them and glean from what, and it makes, matter of fact, step out on faith and make connection with them. Because sometimes people will mentor you that you don't even expect to mentor you. But when you find yourself in a space that you really need the support, get an accountability partner. One thing about Shawnee that I did for a long time is that we would write down our goals and hold each other accountable for what we're going to accomplish each week. And it has worked so phenomenally. And I've always had somebody to coach me throughout my life, starting with my parents. So I think a coach is key point, because you are going to feel alone, and you don't want to get into the mindsets that you can't make it when you're just starting out, to learn how to work through a process and a system that you're creating for yourself.
And you heard it first. All of those are great ways to get started. I love what you just said, Eliza, about not only getting a coach and Shani, but writing it down. And Lenora, you are enough. You are enough. And we so many times are told we're not enough, or we're looking for something extra. You come here with what you need. You come to the planet with what you need. And that's what you have to remember. And talking yourself off the ledge, saying, I can do this. Because you're not going to have all good days. You're not going to have all great experiences, but you've got to know it deep down inside that that's what you're called to do. Coming up is the new year. Can you believe we are at the edge, the precipice of 2022? Oh my God, 2022. We're all business owners. We come to the end of the year. We get close to the end of the year. What are your end of the year goals, strategies? What do you do to make it over this last hurdle? 6 weeks. 6 weeks. 6 weeks to the end of the year. What do you do to push through the end of the year? Because not everybody, some people kind of lay back and say, oh, it's the end of the year, I'm going to just chill. What do you do, Shani? You shaking your head first. What do you do to push through to the end of the year for your business?
I know when things come up that are difficult to deal with, that is a clue that something wonderful is about to happen. When you get pulled back, that stretch, that pullback means you're going to soar even further. It's a whole bow and arrow effect. And,
my God.
Success leaves clues. It's not always going to be easy. There's so many days that you want to say, why am I doing this? I'm just going to get a job. And then you have to remember what started. So for this last 6 weeks, it's go time, because I'm not starting on January 1st. I'm starting now. So that 2022 is absolutely phenomenal.
Awesome. I want to pause for a second and shout out some people. Talisha Volter. Oh, wait. That was Betty Copeland said, my heart is full of joy for you all. Oh, thank you so much, Betty. Talisha Volter said, congratulations, wife. Cherie Darnice Burnell of Burrell. I'm sorry, she's going to choke me now, for real. Burrell Worldwide is shouting out Kendo Spice, info at kendospice.com. She's shouting out the Barbara H. Smith organization. She's shouting out that we are the voice of the world. Talisha said we are enough. Yes, that is good. And Cherie is saying, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You have to know that you can do it all. You have to know that you have to push. Shani said it best. It's go time. It's not no time. It's go time. What are you doing, Eliza, for the next 6 weeks to push your business forward?
I revisit my initial plan for the year. And
that means you had a plan for the year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I revisit looking strategically at what I thought I did so well, and the things I felt like it may have slipped through, or where I need to now really start delegating some more things, and really building my team. And so just looking at it as a whole, was I happy with what I produced? And absolutely. I lost my mom this year. And I don't say lost, my mom transitioned over into a greater place. Okay. And that's really my feelings and my thoughts. So when I look back, everything that I have pushed through, pressed through, it has been a real blessing to see that in spite of everything else, I can forgive myself easily. I can let some stuff go, and some people and some things and some situations, and really look at a whole and say, you know what? Eliza, you did good, girl. Because sometimes we don't give ourselves enough pat on the back to say, I really did accomplish what I really set out to get done. And now I know better clearly what my 2022 was looking like, So I'm just grateful for the journey.
Oh, you just touched my heart with that one. That's so good. Lenora, what are you doing to push your business forward for 2020, for the rest of this year before 2022?
Well, I'm learning more and more to hold my plans loosely and seek the plans of God for my business. I'm learning that more and more. So I always say we can come up with good ideas and we can come up with good plans that we think are good. But in the end, for me, did it please God?
Oh, girl.
Did it please him? Did I fulfill his intended agenda for my business? And so towards the end of the year, I'm checking and saying, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I on track? Lord, what do I need to do differently? What needs to change? What needs to shift? What needs to change in me so that I can get in alignment with your plan?
Alignment.
Business. So that's what I do constantly, but toward the end of the year, because it's just a measure, because I believe it just keep living. I don't stop or start anything because a December and a January, but because we use it as a marker and a measuring tool. I say, okay, is there anything that needs to change? Do I need to shift? And so right now I am preparing and implementing some changes and some shifts and just learning to be fluid and move with his plans.
Ooh, girl, you could have preached that sermon right there. Kept going. Somebody get an amen. Go ahead with that. I believe all of you have hit on some things that I wanted to touch. Let's start with Lenora. When you said, girl, you touched my heart when you said, when you get an alignment with God's agenda, you want to hear God laughing? Tell him your plans.
Yes. Okay?
And so I have done that so much, Lenora. God, I'm getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to do that. I'm getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to do that. And he said, okay, go ahead with that. Let me know how it works out for you.
Right.
And when you done messed it all up.
Yes.
All up. Then you come right back and say, Lord, help me to do. Help me, Jesus.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But instead, you hit it right on the head. Alignment. You have to align yourself with what God intends for your life. Because his plan, that's the bomb.com right there.
Yes.
Our plan, not so much. But when we align ourselves together with what he assigns for us to do, we feel the difference. Absolutely. Anybody with me on that?
Yes.
You know the difference when you're aligned with God's plan. And I loved Eliza's learning to just be, learning to look at the game, from where you were to where you are, from what you had planned to what you are planning. An awesome explanation of what we need to do. So I hope it's been helpful. Shani's explanation of just making sure that it's go time. It's not time to sit on the fence. It's not time to stumble and stammer and get stuck. It's go time. It's time for us to step up, step out, and be about what we were purposed to do. We do have a book out. Barbara H. Smith has a book, Speak, Coach, Train, Strategies to Discover Your Passion. If you haven't picked it up, it's a good read. That's what they tell me anyway. This is a good read. Yes. Pick it up. It's easy to read. You can get through it really, really quickly. It's less than 200 pages, just letting you know. But if you don't know where you should be, what you should be doing, how to discover your passion, this is the book for you. You can pick it up at bit.ly/BHS book, or it's on Amazon.com. After the show, we are going to 9:15 over to the other side. We are going to the VIP Speakers PM. You don't want to miss it. If you need help with communication skills, there's the link. Thanks, Mark. bit.ly/VIP Speakers PM. Ladies, oh my God, this has been a phenomenal time. hang out with me for a few minutes after the show. I want to talk to you for a bit. We are at the top of the hour. It is officially 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we are about to be out of here. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All of you out there. Cherie Burrell, thank you so much. Talisha, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, so many people out here. Betty Copeland, thank you so much. Thank you again, Jim Mayers. Thank you, Curtis Brooks. Thank you all for being out here with the Barbara H. Smith Show. We'll see you next week.